Crazies, man. Y'all, welcome back to the lab. Yes, it is the end of the year. Oh my goodness, Christmas is gone. I hope you had a wonderful one. And you did see that title up there, man. We are talking about basically my year in review. I'm going to do a different kind of flip of a year in review this year. I'm going to do a 2-2 and a tour. I'm going to do two things that changed my life, or that was monumental in my life. Two trip stories that changed my life. And then two things that blessed me in my life. If that sense, if I could think of any more, I'll think of it. But we're going to do 2 and 2. And I think that's just an awesome thing because, you know, this year has been one of these years that, for me, myself, you know, and I can't just put just myself by myself, but many others, you're never going to forget. You know, for me, myself, as everybody knew, I lost my mother in February. You know, this was a hard holiday in a sense, but in a sense, it was also a rebirthing of a year of myself, of who I am, and a confidence of where I need to go. On top of that, my child, she got exactly everything she wanted for Christmas. She got her Switch. She got a whole bunch of Taylor Swift stuff, man. And I'm telling you, she balling. But I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. With that said, you know, it's very blessed for each and every one of you too as well. Y'all are amazing. So let's go ahead and take a sip of coffee, and we're going to jump down first. We're going to do the two things that stood out in my life that changed my life forever. And I would have to say forever because it forever, you know, that really changed my life, you know. Cheers. Now, you can already guess what one of them is. And I will start with that. The passing of my mother. You know, the passing of my mother on February 10th was fundamentally one of the toughest days, experiences, anything you can think of, feel of my life. You know, it literally was. My world crumbled, you know. Losing my mom crumpled me, you know, especially for her age at 63, you know, and unfortunately she had got the jab during that whole thing, and that's what I believe it caused a lot of the dementia and the Alzheimer's. But, you know, being able to spend time with my mom 2 years, be able to take care of her for those 2 years, you know, before she left, and watching it, you know, watching it all go down and just seeing it and kind of learning, you know, who your real family is too. But watching mom go, man, that broke my heart, man. I never, you know, we all grow up trying to, you know, knowing that we are going to lose a loved one in life. You know, that's part of life, the experience of life and death, you know. And, you know, for me, you know, since I am this shaman, you know, death doesn't scare me, or death doesn't really, you know, the whole grieving death part, in the part is that, you know, I know she's going to another life. You know, I know death is life. And so, you know, that was by far, of the beginning of the year, you know, was really the hardest thing I ever do. You know, in between, you know, going to the hospital and then saying they're going, you know, say, let's put her on hospice. Making those choices too, by far the hardest choices I've ever made, you know. Then, you know, on the flip side of it all, going into the summer in June, you know, June 3rd is my birthday, and I got to go, you know, back Northwest Florida, go see my child, spend time on the beach. You've seen a little bit right here. I'm throwing flippers for you of everything. And being with my child, you know, that part of there you go from death to life, you know, was the monumental part for me of this summer too that changed my life. I think that, you know, having my child, seeing my child, just being there and being able to spoil the hell out of her, you know, too, as well. Going to Pandora, getting her the bracelets and stuff, you know, getting her that bracelet, and just, you know, just showing her how much of a queen, of a princess that she is, you know, in this world, you know, and that goes for everybody, you know, we all are. But, you know, to me, I'm biased, my child. But having that, going from the dark side, going into the dark, and from being in the grievance experience from my mom and having my child there was just a perfect timing. And then we went to, me and my child, we went to Busch Gardens on 4th of July, and we did, Universal and all that too as well, and being able to just go around and have the fast pass and play around and just enjoy and run around Universal. Just doing that, giving her that kind of an experience, the VIP life, if you want to put it that way, you can put it in such, but making her, like I said, feel like a queen, the princess that she is. And it's funny because, I talked to her at Christmas, stuff like that. And since I got her to Switch, I was telling her, he was like, now you need a gamer tag, and it's like, she's like, what are you talking about? She's like, you need a gamer tag. You need a gamer tag like Sniper Wolf, And she's like, well, you're always Crazy Lab. Everything's Lee's because you're Crazy Lab. I was like, yeah, but Lab's my initials, baby. Just think about it. She's like, oh, that is awesome. But she said something else, and I totally was got over that and other things, but she was amazing. But she was the light of the year, for me to understand that, look, hey, yes, you lost a mentor, but you gain a Pennywand. If that says, that's, you have that to live for. Show her the best in the world. So, you're doing all that. You did, that was awesome. That was just amazing. So, going through all that and enjoying time with my child, enjoying life, death and life, the other side of it, both sides of it. I am a psychonaut. So for me, I dive into those holes people might not dive down, and certainly probably wouldn't dive down in a sense of what had just going on through the year, everything that you've experienced. And so we get to the two monumental life-changing trips, psychedelic experiences that meant so much to me this year. First one, actually, I almost got to put 3 in it. The first one would have to be Creed 3. Creed 3 was one of those, it was just fighting my past and understanding the karma and stuff like that. But yet, in the movie, his mom passes away. It kind of goes through the same thing. She kind of gets Alzheimer's and dementia, and and it hit home so much. And it made me understand, kind of more of the process of the fire within me that it burns. I made a video about it, but it hit home so hard. It was time, and I happened to watch it, I think, like maybe a week after Mom passed, and it was just sitting here, and she was sitting here to me, and she was like, Lee, you got this, man. You're a fighter. You're a warrior. And through the whole movie, it was me rekindling this fire, kind of stepping out of that mindset of the sad part. Like, don't be so sad about it. Yeah, it's still sad, I want my hug, but Creed 3 was one of those, it just was monumental. I just was so great, just because, he has the girl, his little baby girl and everything else. It meant so much. The second one, and I kind of, man, I had it and I didn't have it, but I would have to say Flash. Flash, the Flash movie, DC movie, was pretty good. It was awesome to me. Probably in the part of me understanding the whole Mandela Effect things, what's going on, the whole multi-reality, the multiverse, parallel universes. And on top of that, if you don't know the story of Flash, Barry, he lost his mom too, he would try to go back and save it. No spoiler alerts on it, but that was monumental too. And it's funny, it was weird because I saw it before. I went to go watch with my boy and my man, and we were, it brought me, the whole point of kind of the answers of what the Mandela Effect is too, and releasing a little bit of this grief. The grief of losing a loved one. Then I would have to say, and I'm gonna stay on that. Then, a couple weeks later, I went over there, went to my boy's house next door, and, we had a couple hit lines of ketamine and stuff like that, and watched The Flash, and it kind of, it helped me find my soul tribe. It's like, it's my man. It's like, I've known Anthony way before this life, and it's crazy because this motherfucker is just like, it's like we're just we coming from the same cloth, and we are fucking here to do some shit. But it was, it helped release Mom. But then I say the last movie, the third movie of the year, man, Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brother, the movie. Just being in that kid mode of, man, I remember the Mario Brothers. I grew up with it. I love it. I grew up with them. What the fuck it is. And just being there and just having the 80s themes and learning, breaking the blocks like you're in the video game, but yet the star, the superstar, when they both, Luigi and Mario, get the superstar, the power you feel, the energy of the whole starlight, your star seed lighting up and blowing up and just being awesome is amazing. And I mean, I've seen so many other movies through this whole year too as well, and I gotta do videos on trips to movies, but man, those three were the monumental. Creed 3 was probably the one that really shook me to the core the most. It put me to a sense where I thought about stepping back on the psychedelics, from mushrooms and stuff like that. I was like, oh no, but it was breaking a lot of karmas. So, with that, definitely, if you want to see like some trip to the movies where we'll be doing this year, let me know down below. Then the last, and I have to say, really, you can't number all the blessings in the world that I will call blessings. Everybody can call it blessing a different way, a different thing that happens, extraordinary thing that happens, or just a little thing that happens can be a blessing to anyone at any time. Cheers. But by far, best blessings in life, is understanding, the two blessings I think, understanding is where I'm coming and where I've gone. The blessings in life that, I heard me talk about Ant, he's part of the soul tribe. I met my soul tribe through this all, being in that hermit mode, kind of just hiding away and, just going through the process, it's one of those, you'd understand, everybody understand you've been going through that process. And as a psychonaut, you like to dive deep. You want to learn more about both sides, in a sense. And that's kind of done in the shadow work. So very blessed to meet my soul tribe. And, he played the trumpet one day and it blew something. It didn't blow something, but it put something in my mind. Like, it was just like, why give a fuck? Why so serious, And we take life so fucking serious. All of us do. And it was just like, we were just outside playing the trumpet, and sometimes people think that it's too loud. And it was just early. It was like, dude, it was just so great. It vibrated. So I was like, why so seriously? And just something clicked. But then the second part was the, being able to get back to work. I think for me, maybe a lot of other people too, getting back on the horse and getting back to, really finding out, getting back to who you are, especially after, 2 years of just really just doing little things here and there, or not working to help take care of Mom, getting back to society, getting back into the system, if you want to call it, integrating yourself back so you could pay the bills, was an important thing for me too as well. It was a great blessing, for most people. I'm not going to put who I work for out there, but the people that I do work for, the co-workers, my friends, the family there, because they are the fam, very blessed for them, because I've had chances to be able to, I've known the manager for a minute, but have the chances to just, release what I'm talking about. And it's crazy because they went through the same kind of thing I went through with Mom, and it was pretty nice. It's nice to know that I'm welcomed and warm somewhere. And, we get that way. But yet, this year has been great for y'all, for me, for you, from y'all. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't say it. From you, y'all, each and every one of you have showed so much love through this process. Me growing, you see the changes that have been happening through this year. And I can't be more blessed for that. I think that is a blessing of all, because I do have this outlet for my mind, and I do provide the outlet for your minds to me. I like that. That's another side of the universe that we can meet our soul tribes, our soul families, our soul society so much easier now. And I'm very blessed for each and every one of y'all, for sure. And there's a few out there, that I am in constant contact, sporadically throughout the years, throughout, the months and stuff. And big shout out to them too as well. Very amazing with that. Big blessings to the Mandela community. Awesome. My truth is. Anyways, with all that said and done, we are going to be doing some codes. I know the channel has been doing it's doing a little flipping. I'm trying to figure, I'm trying to put my toe in everything a little bit, see where it's going. But we are going to be, Mandela Effect videos are going to be more one-on-one versus the idea. One Mandela Effect, let's break it down in a sense we can break it down. Let's put every possibility in it, but we're going to do one by one. And I think that's going to be awesome from my point of view. Everybody else I love everybody else's point of view, but I have a way different point of view than majority of them. But I also do different things. But we're going to go that way. We're still going to be doing some TikToks. I am going to be doing more psychedelic trip reports. We are going to be doing like a trip to the movies. We are going to be looking just make some podcasts. Trying to get my boy in there, and we're trying to figure something out. But we will be doing it, gaming. I just want to be a smorgasbord for everything. But I just want to be a friend, a companion to each and every one of you out there in the community, because y'all are amazing. I always am so blessed and thankful for each and every one of y'all that come through. I know I don't reply to everybody. I do apologize, but you do get the heart, you do get the thumbs up. And I do love each and every one of you. And do you like the robe? Like that, huh? It's kind of nice, ain't it? A little psychedelic out of rover. Yep. Got that. Anthony got it for me for Christmas. I was like, yes, dog. That's what I'm talking about. And his girlfriend brought these cookies, all these sweets from Peru or Colombia. Oh, so fucking wonderful. Anyways, I hope each and every one of y'all had a wonderful, wonderful freaking year in itself. Thank you for all the love and support. No, I love you with all my heart too as well. And I hope y'all have a wonderful, prosperous, blessed, and safe new year. Till then, man, I love each and every one of you, man. Remember to keep your mind open, because guess what? This year, your eyes saw a lot, but next year, they're going to see everything. One love.
Gave us something we never thought we could have.
And what is that?
Another chance.
I think I heard a shot. I think I heard a shot.